In the last video, we talked about your woodland and how to look at your woods, finding and working with a forester or arborist to identify your goals and to create a plan that includes mushroom logs in your harvest goals. Now it is time to expand your team and put your plan into motion. This video will discuss implementing a harvest with your logger and/or piece cutter. First thing to decide is whether this will be a commercial timber sale harvest or a non-commercial timber stand improvement. This will be decided by you and your forester in your plan and will determine how a logger will bid for the project. Once you have identified the trees to be harvested, your forestry consultant should help you find a reputable logger that will meet your goals. So you have decided to incorporate mushroom logs in your harvest. There are a few additional things to consider that are different than a traditional harvest and need to be discussed with your logger. Your forester or you will send out a prospectus to advertise for loggers to bid on the trees to be harvested. The prospectus includes information about the timber sale, including what, where, and how your trees will be harvested. The bolts that are ideal for growing mushrooms are usually cut from logging waste or subpar trees with little or no traditional timber value that need to be cut to improve your forest. This kind of work is not typically done by a logger during a commercial harvest. Therefore, this additional work must be clearly addressed up front in your prospectus, as it will impact how the trees will be handled and who will be marketing and selling the additional timber you are processing. This might be where you consider bringing in a piece worker to process the non-timber sale wood and your waste wood. A piece worker is someone who processes the wood for you to create the bolts you wish to sell from the waste wood of a logging process. Most piece workers use waste wood for making firewood. However, mushroom bolts can be very valuable and are an additional income for the person interested in doing the work. Prices of mushroom bolts vary depending on the size, species, and delivery costs and demand, but can range between $1 and $5 per bolt. When writing a contract, remember what you want the end product to be and what you want your woodland to be at the completion of your project. Review any incentive programs you are involved in, such as EQIP, MFL, or WFLGP, as each have specific requirements that may affect your harvest. The prospectus for bids is usually prepared by your forester. A prospectus should include the following: map of the area to be logged, trees to be harvested, species, size, volume, special requirements, and additional work required. For more information, you can find links to examples of contracts and language on our website. As the landowner, remember to be flexible. After reviewing your quotes, even if a logger does not do your secondary processing, it will be important that they know what is expected, since this wood must be cared for in a very particular process. The criteria for the processing of mushroom bolts will be discussed in the next video. If you do not have enough trees for a commercial timber sale, or all the trees that need to be cut have no commercial value, you may either be hiring someone to cut the trees or you may be doing the work yourself. Remember, safety and good harvest practices are crucial. If working with an arborist for smaller wood lots or individual tree removal, let them know what your mushroom bolt production goals are, just like when working with a forester. A very important consideration is when you are removing trees that are dead, sick, or diseased. Sometimes, as a woodland landowner, there will be a time when you have to deal with trees that are dying due to disease, pest infestations, or have been hurt from a catastrophic event. In general, dead or diseased trees are not used for mushroom logs and should be disposed of locally so as not to spread pest and disease problems to other areas. The DNR has provided some best management practices for handling diseased wood. However, trees damaged by catastrophic events may be able to be salvaged for mushroom logs, but should be evaluated on a case-by-case basis. After you have harvested and have your mushroom bolts, you can advertise your wood to potential growers through the Wood Source connection on the Shiitake Growers website. The next video addresses the proper harvesting and handling of mushroom bulbs.